Hello and welcome to another edition of The Big O Show. Starring the great Emmy Award-winning former ESPN broadcaster, Major League Baseball player, Japan Series MVP, Orestes Destrade.
Welcome, everyone.
How was
Welcome. Places. I feel like Fantasy Island over here. Fantasy Baseball Island. Yes.
Does that make me tattoo?
No, I'm going to go. Hamon
You
is
are
the tattoo.
Ricardo.
Hamon is tattoo.
He's not with us.
Yeah, but in spirit, he's with us.
Yes.
But you could be tattoo and I'll be Ricardo Montalban.
With the fine Corinthian leather.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Cordoba. Anyway.
Chrysler.
Cordoba.
People have no idea what we're talking about. If you're under 40,
you're
under
under
40
have no idea what the hell a Chrysler Cordoba is.
Or Fantasy Island.
Or no, they know Fantasy Island. Yeah, there's because now it's one of those dating games. Temptation Island.
Yeah, that's true. That's
all
true.
that stuff. But no, man, great day. Great Wednesday. Rays are hot. We're going to be talking about this incredibly hot team that's going 13 in a row in the American League. Dominance so far. Obviously, they haven't played everybody, but whoever they've played, they've dominated them. It wasn't for the NL West. Central. They'd be looking incredible. I mean, they'd be undefeated. So, but the reality is they're playing Rays baseball, getting the timely hits. We're going to talk about one of my favorite stats in all of baseball offensively, and that is RISP. They're doing that right now. They're playing close games. The last couple of games have been one-run games, including their first shutout, 1-0. They're getting the starting pitching. Hello, Nick Martinez. Hello.
He's pretty good.
Rasmus, who's going to be starting here shortly in this afternoon game against Gavin Williams, another big hoss, 6'6", 250. Excited about that game because that's we're getting some matchups this week that have been pretty formidable. Obviously, you just had on a couple nights ago. Well, actually, no, it was last night. It was last night. DeGrom, Slittler was a great, back and forth in a low scoring game, and you get another one tonight with I think two all-stars, two guys that could, dare I say, vie for Cy Young considerations, in Drew Rasmussen and Gavin Williams of the Guardians. So
and a sunny day.
Going to be hard. Early start. Going to be hard on the hitters today, but we'll see how it goes. The main thing that I like is that overall they did have a 3-error game over the weekend, but they got enough offense. Overall, the defense has been so solid. The decision making by two-time AL Manager of the Year Kevin Cash has been on point, especially the last couple of days. Just every little nook and cranny decision that he makes, to intentionally walk the young kid Bazana, and then the thing, leave in Ryan Vilade the night before.
That was a big one
because he felt he was hot. Pinch run Richie Palacios, excuse me, and bringing up Richie Palacios makes us bring up Junior Caminero, who, by the way, is okay.
He's in the lineup today.
He's in the lineup today. Yep. He's okay. That looked a lot worse than it could be. Having played for 16 professional seasons and all the seasons, prior as an amateur, high school, college, I've seen guys actually break their eye socket on a ball that hits off the ground.
Ooh, ouch!
And if it hits you just right up close near the eye orbital, it'll actually snap it because those bones, are delicate. So, pretty much like an MMA type fighter type guy. So you don't want to get hit like that. I thought it was a lot worse than, initially watching the replays. Thankfully, he's okay.
That's a weird thing.
Bruised.
Have you ever experienced something like that?
No,
where it pops up and hits you in the mouth like that?
Not like that. You have to get it just right where the ball bounces and kind of spins back towards you and hits you in the face. I've had a foul ball off the bat come and hit me, up in my upper body, on a swing.
Right.
inside, when you get jammed inside and the ball goes and it'll actually
ouch,
hit you,
babe.
which is ouch. But hit the ground and come back up like that is a rarity. He's okay in the lineup.
He's in the 2-hole.
The Rays are playing really solid all phases of the game, and that's why they're winning so well. But it does start and end with how their staff goes. And JP, right now, their starting pitching is phenomenal. And their bullpen is taking another step now. Now you're seeing, we talked a little bit as I came in at the end of your show, the great JP Peterson show, about efficiency. No, I'm not kidding. The Petermans love you, even though you have a few that, will throw some darts. But,
I have my enemies.
Especially
today.
But you have a lot of pro JP Peterson.
When you speak the truth, you make enemies.
Of course, you're just going to wake up some people.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that the pitching right now, if you really want to dive into certain viable metrics, I call them, because some of the metrics get a little too deep,
nerdy,
too nerdy.
Can I say nerdy?
But a simple one, guys and gals, it's walk to strikeout ratio, efficiency, balls to strike ratio. That's a huge one. So right now the bullpen are coming in and predominantly throwing at a 70 to 80% clip of strikes to balls. Ian Seymour had a little bit of a hiccup yesterday, but he worked himself out of it. I really like that kid, and he's gonna settle in with the great pitching coach Al Snyder, pushing him. So Cole Sulser looks great. Obviously Baker's got, I believe, seven saves.
Yeah, big one the other night.
He's looking great. The changeup fastball combo. They're keeping it fairly simple, and that's what Nick Martinez has done with several of his starts, but definitely the last 2. 8 innings, 1 run, 7 innings, no runs, 75% strikes. Last night, 70% strikes. The efficiency, you got to go back to the 90s to see guys double up on back-to-back starts like that. You just don't rarely see it. Sans, Schoolball, Skeens, a handful of guys out there that, the Logan Webbs and stuff like that are doing that.
I loved seeing Nick Martinez on the top step of the dugout, just cheering on his
cool
guys.
Is that?
You could tell he's a leader in the clubhouse. And that's what Tito Franconis told Cash when they got him, is you're going to love this guy. And he's just a great clubhouse leader. Some of us underestimated the signing.
Yeah. Let me point that way.
Not my finest hour.
Yeah. I'm on the boat too for Matz. I thought, why are you starting him?
Yeah.
He needs to be a reliever. He's shown he could be a good reliever. He hasn't shown he could be a good.
Kyle Snyder's pretty good.
Damn, he's good.
Knows a little bit more than I.
But a lot of it is that he keeps it simple, and they work off the fastball a lot, and they work on cutting the fastball, sinking the fastball. A little more spin on your four-seamer, and you're seeing that. Drew Rasmussen is a great example of that, of a guy that predominantly uses one pitch, but he tweaks it and he gets success. So when you buy into that, then you repeat it, because the game of baseball is so much about repetition. Then all of a sudden you start having success, and you're seeing it with Matt. Very impressed. I'm impressed with his stature of how he's looking again. I hadn't seen that since his early days when he came up with the Mets. And I was like, oh, this guy's going to be, John Tudor. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be, who was the other guy from Boston that came over to the Cubs, Lester.
Johnny Lester.
He's going to be John Lester.
He was a bulldog. Awesome.
Yeah. So I thought, and then he got nicked up. He got a little bit of trouble, and then all of a sudden that went away. He's having that presence again when you see him up on the mound.
Yeah,
he looks commanding. So can't say enough about how the pitchers are throwing and how concise they're being with their pitches. And then if you're getting the good defense and you have your tremendous trio with the likes of Chandler Simpsons, and again, yesterday on your show I mentioned the others. The others have been fantastic.
Yeah. So lineup today, 1:10 start. So you can do a dual screen with us today, as we'll talk a little bit about the game going on, as we go through kind of what's going on with the Rays right now. Simpson leading it off. This is my favorite lineup, by the way. Caminero playing third, batting second. Aranda batting third, playing first in his 25 RBIs, which I believe is second in the AL.
Right.
Yandy Diaz in the cleanup spot, hitting 324.
20 RBIs.
20 RBIs. Fraley playing right field, batting fifth. Mullins in center field, batting sixth. Palacios playing second today. No Ben Williamson. Fiducia will be catching, and Walls playing shortstop with the Ginger, Big Red.
Yeah.
Rasmussen on the hill, 2.0, 2.45, 25 Ks going up against Gavin Williams. 3.28 ERA, 4-1, 44 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's a lot of punch outs. Like 35 innings.
Defense and run scoring will be at a premium today.
Yeah.
And I like our chances against the Indians.
And the Indians are struggling. They've lost 4 straight.
I just can't say Guardians.
Excuse me, the Guardians. Yeah, you got me going. You said Indians.
I'm gonna keep saying it.
Yeah, it's your, listen, it's your channel, so you can change some rules. You're not getting, Rob Manfred is not going to be singling you out.
No,
and who doesn't love old school Indians? Who doesn't love the movie Major League? But the Guardians are in a bit of a slide. They're not getting a whole lot of hitting from a very important, catalyst in Quan. Quan's off to a, not Quan-like start.
He's hitting 220.
Yeah, that guy's a hit machine that gets things going. They are getting something from the young, rookie kid DeLauder. Really like his swing.
Yeah.
And then, Steady Eddie, Jose Ramirez is back to doing his antics. He started slow the first couple of weeks, but he's been hot again. He's just so good. Quickly, he's got 11 stolen bases. Look at that little pudginess. He steals 30 to 40 every year.
Yeah.
And
6 home runs, 12 RBIs.
He'll pop 30.
Yeah.
He'll end up hitting 285, 290, and he'll drive in 100. He is a Hall of Famer to be, and probably because of the fact that he's in Cleveland and they haven't made a deep run in years, doesn't get enough. Gets forgotten, bro. But that guy is legit. Manzardo is a big guy. They're expecting a lot from him, but he's very slowed down right now.
We had 24 bombs last year.
So this is a guy that their bats have just been pedestrian. I like Martinez. He almost went deep yesterday to tie the game.
Yeah,
on that changeup.
Yeah,
and nice.
Schneemann, don't forget about Schneemann playing third, batting fifth today.
He went deep,
red hot
a couple games ago. Yeah, he is red hot. Then the kid, the Australian kid, Bazana, man, they're highly touted about him. They're very excited about him.
Intentional walk last night. Which a clutch play. And it wasn't like, hey, we're fearful of the kid. No, you want to load the bases.
You just wanted to, you want the force out. But there could have been the thought of like, he's a kid. He hasn't gotten a hit yet. He's going to be nervous. He looked a little nervous. He didn't look nervous on the field when I was watching the game. He played very smoothly on the field. He was nervous every time he got up to the bat. He just seemed like fidgety.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him play a whole lot, so I don't know if that's his deal, but he was reminding me of like Lenny Dykstra. Remember how Lenny Dykstra used to be fidgety and do 9 million things? And he's built like Lenny.
Can't do that anymore.
So you end up walking him and you get out of it. Bo Naylor is off to a horrendous offensive start.
Yeah.
So this is a team that's just not hitting. Just not hitting. In fact, Bybee, I think that was, I want to say like
he's gotten
third
zero
or fourth
runs
start.
in 4 of his 6 starts.
Yeah. That's
0.
like unbelievable.
That's awful.
Yeah, that
is awful.
Unlikely. So because actually he's
their shortstop Rocchio's leading him in RBIs with 17.
By the way, that guy, what a sweet player that kid is.
He's
man.
nice.
He is nice.
Yeah.
He actually talked about the Cleveland Indians from yesteryear. I'm watching the game, and he made this one play so smoothly on a short hop coming in.
Oh, that
was not an easy play.
No.
And the way he wears his hat, because he wears it kind of up high and tip, I'm going, oh my God, it's Omar Vizquel, because Omar used to wear his hat like that.
Yeah.
And make those like very majestic
magician.
Yeah, he was at another level. But Rocchio is starting to really become a standout defensive shortstop and can swing the bat a little bit, but I think he's getting a day off. Is he in there today?
Yeah, he's in there. He's hitting the 9-hole.
Oh, he's in the 9-hole, so he is in.
He's in.
Yeah, he's solid. He's such a solid player. Yeah. So this is a team that is totally every year in, year out, the little engine that could, and well managed by Stephen Vogt. So you can't, you can't sleep on them, because they wake up at different parts of the year, and then all before they've got 88, 89 wins.
Yeah.
So keep going at it and go ahead and sweep them and go to 14.
All right, let's dive in a little bit on this Rays team now. 6 in a row, second place to the Yankees.
Yeah, hot Yankees.
Hot Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees are hot.
10 out of 11.
But this is I don't know. I want to say they're playing above their heads, but this is kind of what I expected. They've cleaned up their baseball.
Yeah.
There's, the errors have reduced, at least certainly the critical errors have reduced. They've gotten away from the big innings that the bullpen was giving up. That was really crushing them.
Yeah.
They're just playing cleaner baseball. And it feels like Cash is really in control of this team right now. I mean, we even had a question the other day, actually today in our show earlier. He said, do you think this new ownership group is giving Cash more autonomy as a manager?
Right.
I see that. We don't know, because we don't know the inner workings, what's going on behind the scenes. But it just seems like to me that it's not so, it doesn't seem so analytics driven. Case in point, Valet came up the other night with Fraley on the bench. Key situation after he gets, takes Caminero out.
Right.
In the 8th inning, your best hitter, bit of a gamble. Palacios in, he steals second. Instead of going to Fraley as the pinch hitter, righty on left, he stays with the righty because Vlade was hot.
Yeah,
singles up the middle, go ahead, run. I mean, that's not analytics. That's managing by the seat of your pants.
By feel.
You've been in a pitcher's duel. It's an opportunity to get a run.
Right.
Be aggressive. Do you think?
No.
A little bit more.
I think. Listen, we've joked.
Yeah.
About the immensity of the statty sets that they have, analytics guys, 52 of them. We've quasi joked about it. I mean, it's not to say that they don't use them. And there's, I'm sure, a plethora of information that's coming in by the hour, and definitely before a game, after a game, during a game. There's probably certain things that they look at, you know what I mean? Especially when you're going to be matchups, especially pitching, hitting, right? More so Kyle Snyder, and like who's coming up, how they done, how then also positioning.
Yeah.
Okay. How we're going to position this guy, the spray chart, all those things are, every team, uses that, some more than others. But when you have these kind of like spur of the moment type of decisions, I think he's got full autonomy, and I think he always has. That doesn't mean that he's not influenced by a lot of stats more than most teams. I think he's in that upper echelon of teams that give him so much information. But he's a smart guy. I've always thought the catchers make best managers. He's a former catcher. He can understand not only how to work with a pitching staff as a former catcher, but also understands the offense, right, a little bit. But here's the catch. Here's the key to their success, I think, in what it's been in his tenure. It's the nucleus of him being at the head. His hitting coach has been the same. His pitching coach has been the same.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Snyder, Chad Mottola. He's lived and died by these two guys. And one of them is an uber guru, right? And that's Kyle Snyder. The other one, in Chad Mottola, is a damn good hitting coach, because I've been there physically present in some of his trainings and some of his indoor hitting, things. And I know how hard Chad Mottola works, right? So there's just been years where they just haven't had the talent.
Mm-hmm.
But they've gotten away from some of the lunacy back in the day where they were taking first pitches all the time and doing all that, stuff.
Yes.
They've even gotten away from, dare I say, some of the base running mistakes they were making last year. So they probably went back to the drawing board and they say, okay, where did we goof up, and why didn't we score more runs? So you haven't seen on contact play.
Yeah, thrown out at the plate.
Or getting thrown out on the bases as much so far.
Terrible.
It's only a month long, but there was already a shitload by then last year. So so those three guys are so integral in my book as far as how well they work with the players. A lot of the players are young, right? Because we know that the transition with the Rays. And that's just been, I think, what's been the key for them. And it's all kind of meshing together because those are three really, really good baseball guys. And listen, it's showing its head in several teams, namely the ones that are turning over staffs, right? And other ones that are having problems like the Mets. And, a lot of those teams have people as hitting coaches, assistant hitting coaches, pitching coaches, assistant. Some of them hardly played in the mid leagues, hardly played, or some of them never played professional baseball, and they're like in a power position as assistant hitting coach, or and advising these major league players. So I think it's important to have former major league players, be in your coaching staff, and then you use the analytics accordingly.
Yeah, there's so many people. You sent me a video. I forget who it was that did it, that are in these decision maker positions now in baseball. And they, when years past, you'd have to manage 1,000 games in the minor leagues before you would even get a sniff.
No doubt.
And we're going to see Tony Vitello, who's the Giants manager this week.
Yeah, that's right.
Coming up from college from Tennessee. They're, obviously the jury's still out on what kind of manager he's.
They're struggling, but they've got weak offense, but they're generally struggling.
Yeah. So, there's so much of baseball that is new and analytics driven, and for my money, just getting so far away from the knowledge of there's no substitute for a keen eye and experience in this game. And I think we're getting away from a lot of that. But I think the Rays are now kind of moving back towards, from what I can see anyway, it looks like to me, manager Cash has a lot more autonomy. I like that.
I'd like to think that it is. It may not have been, and just maybe some of his decisions before weren't as great. I mean, listen, managers have been blows too. Right now, he's having a player of the week kind of type, week. He's doing all the buttons he's pushing are right. So if you had
manager,
you get player of the manager of the week kind of honors and manager of the month, he's having it right now.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
No doubt.
So those things happen, and you get your advice from your hitting coach, your bench coach. Rudy Linares is another veteran guy. And more importantly, Kyle Snyder, because that drives most games. And maybe you go away from it and you just make your own decision, and it didn't work a couple of times. So I think everything is synergizing well. The other key, before we go on, because I definitely want to talk about, the outside the lines, which is the stadium, but staying inside the lines, RISP is so important, man. Runners in scoring
makes
position,
you look like a good manager.
It makes you look like a great manager when your guys are hitting middle of the field and your guys are staying mainly your core guys, but I think most of them are buying into that. But your tremendous trio right now, and Junior, but mainly it's Yandy and the RBI guy, the game-winning RBI yesterday, Jonathan Aranda. They're just crushing the ball with runners in scoring position. Aranda only hitting 229, I think. 358 with runners in scoring position. That's why he's got 25 RBIs.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. He's going to figure it out because he's a 300 type hitter. So he's going to seep back up into upwards of the 280, 290. You just watch. But having a 358, risk. And then Yandy Diaz is at 458. Just ungodly. So if there's a man on base, you better walk him because he's going to put the ball in play.
Half the time he's going to put it in play.
Put it in play properly.
Yes.
And properly is you try to focus up the middle. I was fortunate as a player that I kept my height and awareness, and every level that I played at, I would lead that team or that league in RBIs. And it wasn't because I was crushing, 400-foot home runs all the time. It was more situational hitting. And my deal was at the beginning of the season, of every season that I played, from A ball, double A, triple A, major leagues, when I knew I was going to play a full season, and the leagues in Japan, the years in Japan, I knew I was going to have upwards of probably 100 ABs, that there was going to be a situation for me to drive in and run.
Yeah.
So I needed, my goal always, I needed to have 3/4 of those eaten up. Yeah. So that would be 75 RBIs. And then the other ones are a 2-run homer with a man on first, not, solo homers. Mm-hmm. You drove yourself in, you hit a double,
2-run singles.
Not so much singles, because that went into the 75.
Yeah.
That was the runner in scoring position. So I knew I was going to have about 100, ABs at least in 150 games. That I'm going to have 100 in the middle of the lineup with my fast guys hitting in front of me, and I always hit 3, 4, 5 pretty much everywhere I was at. Goodness, I could not fail. I needed to drive in 75 runs.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much that I was going after a 750.
You see that in Aranda?
I see that in Aranda. Remember, it wasn't that I was going after a 750 RISP. My career RISP average was over 300. My career in 16 seasons was right around 250. It was that I felt like there was 70 to 75 RBIs for me in that nucleus. Do I see that in Aranda? 100%. One of the reasons is because he breaks down when there's a running scoring position, bat on the shoulder. He always has a bat on the shoulder, but you could see that he's not trying to. Okay, I'm gonna spin the win right now. Yeah. I'm gonna go after that curveball, and I'm gonna hook it, or I'm gonna try to lift it. No, he's letting the ball travel a little deeper. Yesterday he did that, a little sweeper down, stayed tight with his hands back, flicked it to right. The difference is how well you can control your mind and your body, but that's the height and awareness part. And Yandy is one of the best at it right now in the game. I wouldn't even pitch to him with a running and scoring position if I'm the opposition. So that's going to key in Fraley. Like in today's lineup, the Fraleys and the Mullins, have to step up. But we have been getting it from the Lucas and the Williamsons. So those two guys have been
they've been contributing. Runners on, you got to eat. And when you got to eat, you should go to Texas Roadhouse.
Aren't you smooth operator?
Because I'm hungry.
I'm
always hungry during this show.
You're always hungry during the show because you had just done the 2 hours before.
But then I'm looking at that Texas, Texas Roadhouse logo, and I'm going, ooh,
right there in Wesley Chapel.
Ribeye with a loaded baked potato, house salad, mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms.
A filet mignon.
Yes, the mignon is always good.
Their bread and butter, just to lead you off, is phenomenal.
That's so underrated.
With the
hot bread and butter. Oh my god!
You sit down there at the bar if you want to, and that I've done. I'm not a big drinker, but when I do drink, I love a really ice cold beer.
Yeah. So they got the cold mugs.
They have the cold mugs, and I start out with the bread and the butter. I'm happy until the rest of the meal is coming, and the meals are outstanding. Comfort food for a comfortable
sizzling
price.
Steak. That when you're hungry, man, you take that first bite.
Outstanding.
It's outstanding.
Tyler Hamilton, just ask for him over there, and if he's not around, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of you anyway, because the service and the food is impeccable right there in Wesley Chapel.
And Genesis of Tampa, and you see my new GV70 out there.
Of course I see. Every time I pull up,
sparkling white.
It's just glaring at me.
Ashley drove it for the first time.
You let her?
I did, and she's like, "Oh my god, this thing drives like a dream."
I want one.
Yes,
she dropped the. I want one.
Yeah, we got to get one. We're gonna double up on the GV70s.
Nice.
They're gonna have 2 of those suckers.
Yeah.
Technology, affordability.
Yeah.
By the way, buzzword. It's incredible. These luxury vehicles where you're like what I'm driving now is comparable to a $90,000, $120,000 SUV.
Yeah.
And I see them all over the road. My friends have some of them. Like, mine's just as good.
Yeah.
And for a fraction of the cost. So Genesis of Tampa.
Trade-in values
Murphy
are phenomenal
Auto
right
Group.
now. Because they're hungry. They're new. They've only now been open for a few months. So this is a great time to bring in your trade, because they'll give you top dollar. They're making deals.
They want to sell cars. So thanks to both of those in Kingmakers Tampa, where we're coming to you live from. Check that out, kingmakerstampa.com. Shared office space, and a sports bar. We got a golf simulator. It's a cool place. So if you're looking to network, you're an entrepreneur, great place, kingmakerstampa.com.
And if you're looking for Toyotas, go right up the road to Haines City and Mike Murphy's Miracle Toyota, another super.
By the way, we had Mike on.
Yeah, we sure did.
Last Friday.
What a great show that was.
If you have missed that,
rewatch it. Or not rewatch it.
There are
Watch
accusations being tossed around on other stations, the Rays flagship station, as a matter of fact, that the new ownership groups are liars.
Right.
And they don't have the money. They don't have their money. It's all a big fraud scheme. Putting this on the air, courtesy of Joshua Wostall.
Go to JP Peterson's channel. Go to Fan Sports Channel and watch that show, and you'll have one of the owners talking about where they're at.
Yeah, and if you don't get it, what this ownership group is about, watching that and just listening to Mike Murphy talk and his authenticity, what he says, how he says it, if you're against it or you're for whatever. You want to get to know this ownership group and who they are at their core, go watch that podcast.
Phenomenal.
And I think you'll come away saying these guys care about Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
They're not liars. They're not fraudsters, as was alleged by
basically
Mr. Wostall. Yeah.
I mean,
on the Rays.
I mean, when you're saying those type of things, you're insinuating that they're doing fraudulent things.
Yeah. That they don't have the money.
Right.
Which I mean, I can see that because why? I mean, Major League Baseball vetted them, right? Yeah, they did. They vetted them clearly. There were lots of groups, as you know, that were vying to buy this team, but they handpicked this group because they have no money and they're fraudsters.
Right.
That's why they did it.
Yeah.
So because their entire expansion strategy is based on getting this stadium done. So we want to, when we vet them, we don't really care if they have any money.
Bring in someone.
Yeah, bring a bunch of slapdicks in here. They have no money and they're just going to defraud that's what's going on.
Right.
That's exactly what's happening. And an elected official is alleging this is what's happening.
Yeah, the assistant president is the flim flam man, I think it is.
Kind of silly, isn't it? On its face. It's just kind of, they're going through all these and they don't have any money.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's going on.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
That'd be the greatest Ponzi scheme I've ever known, if that's the case.
Yeah, we're not going to talk a whole lot about the stadium. It's just I thought we needed.
But it is interesting and it is topical because there's a little bit of a back and forth going on, rightfully so, from what DA did or didn't do, to properly defend that, and what this gentleman is kind of saying out on the cybersphere.
It is. We're getting down to it. As I've said many times, this is a very complicated deal. There's a lot of changes going back and forth. People alleging lies have been told. It's not lies.
Yeah.
It's more semantics and information. Information is changing.
Yeah.
Because you have to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
So we said we're going to do this. Well, we're doing this now. You didn't lie. It was negotiated.
Correct.
It's a deal. It's changing. It's ever changing. So I trust these guys. Go watch the podcast. Listen to Mike Murphy. I mean, we're talking about Will Weatherford, Speaker of the House, Board of Trustees, USF, which he just stepped down from.
Yeah.
I mean, the absolute pillar of this community.
Huge.
Dan Doyle, same thing. Dex Imaging, Pelican.
Fred Ridley,
Chairman of the Masters. Ken Babby, Patrick Sloop.
I think these guys went right over that quickly. Chairman of the Masters. The biggest golf tournament.
And they're a bunch of liars and fraudsters. I mean,
right.
Wow. Yeah. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So
it's crazy. There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Instead of concentrating on, other facts or other tangible things that, there's some, back and forth business dealings, and we're going to get to the point of full transparency soon.
Yes.
They're concentrating on they're fraudsters.
Yeah. And when you constantly report every day on the negotiations and how it's going to look like it's chaotic.
Correct.
Because
it's a great point.
A chaotic
That's a
mess.
very good point.
The way the sausage is made in these stadium deals.
Yeah.
It's very messy. It gets very political. It gets very ugly.
Yes.
It's big numbers. A lot of things going back and forth. So you just calm yourselves.
Yeah.
Let's wait till we get everything done. The memo of understanding is finally complete.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know how my chicken nugget.
You don't want to know. Is it pink paste?
I don't know. I just
if it's McDonald's, it might be.
Hello,
but again, look at the people you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Look at the background of these men and women and
the locality of them.
Yeah.
And all of that is very important.
I think you'll see a different picture. And again, go listen to watch that podcast.
That was a great
see Mike Murphy talk about his
entertaining on its own.
Yeah.
Not so much the fact that it was informative, because it's extremely informative, but he
inspiring.
It was inspiring and entertaining about a guy that has a passion not only for this community massively, but baseball, family. It was really a good podcast. Check it out.
I'm going to go watch it again.
By all means.
It was so fun. All right. Alejandro is in and has some questions. Says, hey, Alejandro, the Rays have been playing great baseball, and I'm excited for this scrappy team of ours.
Right.
Would be nice if the Rays could have back-to-back sweeps, but glad we won the series.
Sure. Back-to-back sweeps is doable.
Yeah.
I really think that they're playing on all cylinders right now. You're getting a Cleveland team that's not. When you go into a series and you take 2 close first games, and then the third game in that series, you've yet to throw, quote unquote, your best pitcher, a sweep does feel, likely then, because you're really throwing out your best ace out there, and that's Drew Rasmussen, as well as Nick Martinez is done. And man, I applaud Nick and what the solidifying of the starting staff he's done, and as well as Matt's did a couple nights ago. It's Drew Rasmussen's staff. He's the leader of this, and Big Red hopefully is going to have a great game. So yeah, Alejandro, to answer your question, I think a sweep is in order, to be candid, and could very well happen. Then you enjoy a day off, and you come back home. A very weird scheduling for both these teams.
Yeah. How about that?
Cleveland came off the road for a 3-game set, and they go back on the road. The Rays go on the road for a quick 3 and then come back home. So very, very strange, but that's just
we're in a delay today.
Are we?
We're in a weather delay.
Is there a weather delay going on?
Yeah, there's a weather delay.
Yeah, so we will keep you. What was it? A 1:10 start?
1:10 start. We're in a weather delay, so we will keep you
checking it.
Focused.
Yeah.
Updated. All right. Some other things we want to talk about vis-a-vis the Rays. By the way, big weekend coming up of we've got, I think they said $29 tickets in the maintenance deck, all inclusive.
Yeah.
Go check out the actual numbers. I may be wrong on this. We've got and they're giving away the Trop thing, the little Trop mini Trop.
Oh yeah.
With the lights up.
With the lights
roof,
up.
The lights up roof.
Yeah.
So tickets are really, that's another thing about this group. They are marketing this team like they've never been marketed before.
Yeah.
Great family, like that $39, all inclusive eating and drinking.
$49.
I know. No, they dropped it.
Oh, they dropped it this week?
Yeah, they dropped it to
man,
even less.
I'm glad you corrected me.
Yeah, I'll go to the website here and check it out.
Yeah.
But talk a little bit about
well, that's really kind of been the excitement of the new ownership, again, led by Ken Babby. But I just think that they're going to try to make it. They are already trying to make it so much more fan engagement, fan entertainment. Obviously, they're going to have the summer concert tour is going to start. We got this week that we got the first one is
this week as well. Yeah,
is it the girl? I forget.
No, I think it's Chase Rice. I should know all this. But.
Yeah, you should because you're a country music guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're just doing so many things. It just looks much more fun at the ballpark. The crowds have been maintaining at a good clip already in the few home games that they've had. I think it's going to continue, especially with the winning that they're having. It's a fun.
Yeah, Chase Rice, he was really good, by the way. That's Saturday, May 2nd.
Okay.
So he's coming up, and I think that's the same day as they're giving away the old the Trop thing too.
Okay.
And we got Cole Swindell, May 30th. Another Saturday. Love Cole Swindell. Jordan Davis, fantastic. August 15th. So
that's huge.
I might have to head on out to the Trop this weekend for a little Saturday Giants action.
I'm going to be in Miami.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm throwing out the first pitch at
Alejandro wants to know if we're going to any of the games.
Yeah.
You buying tickets, Big A? You got his tickets?
I'm going to be down in Miami for the Marlins.
Are you throwing out the first pitch?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They're having Sunday home games are their retro, teal shirt days from back in the day. What I wore.
Yeah.
So they've asked me to come down and I'll get to see Donnie Mattingly, my old friend who's taken over the reins from Rob Thompson. So the Fighting Phils will be down in at Lone Depot Park.
You'll see your new favorite manager, Don Mattingly.
Yeah, Donnie Baseball.
Yeah, he had some interesting things to say.
Yeah, he did. That's Donnie though. Yeah. Donnie is not a guy of a lot of words. And when they asked him about what he thought about what they got to do, well, we just got to play better baseball and execute and win like we did tonight. Just real simple. I'm paraphrasing, but
gotta love that.
He's not a man of like trying to get into the depths. And that's the way he played too. See the ball, hit the ball, and he was one of the best for about a decade. Put it this way, I'm really good. I regard him as a friend. He actually did, though we're the same age. He helped me a lot because I spent a lot of time with him. Unfortunately, it was mostly during spring training when I was at big league camp, but then I get sent back to AAA because of him. Because, I was a first baseman, left fielder, and I had Don Mattingly and Dave Winfield. So it wasn't a whole lot, thankfully I got up there for a little bit and cut my teeth as a Yankee. But as much as I regarded him, he stalled me from getting to the major leagues for a couple of years for
that
sure.
Bastard.
Yeah, but he was so much better hitter than I was. So it was rightfully so. I understood it. But I learned from him. I learned work ethic. I learned certain things that I applied later on as far as how to hit and what I was talking about before about maintaining your height and awareness with runner scoring position, because he was one of the best during that period of time, along with Boggs, Tony Gwynn, obviously Winfield. They were just so good in key situations. So speaking
of history, you were saying pre-show there's a team that this Rays team reminds you of.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
That was particularly they won in 82 with a little different roster that I don't think is similar to this one. But I'm thinking of the 85 St. Louis Cardinals. And a lot of reason for that is because the 85 St. Louis Cardinals had a similar kind of a lineup and a similar makeup. When you look at the main starting nine for the 8 really, because it's a National League team and the pitchers used to hit no DH, but basically a catcher. It was a combo of Darryl Porter and Tom Nieto. Both, Porter kind of was on his downside a little bit. Left-handed hitter, had a little bit of pop, but wasn't expected. They were more there to be great receptors, right? That's kind of the same thing we have with Fiducia. Really good receptor, really good catcher, not that much of a hitter. Fortes is doing a fantastic job hitting. I think Fiducia's the better defensive catcher, but he's holding his own, just similar to Tom Nieto, who's the right-handed part of that. You go into the big thumper, the big, Junior Caminero. It was Jack Clark at first base, baseman, right? Jack Clark was
quarter infielder,
the Junior Caminero guy. You go into the Yandy Diaz type of hitter. That was Terry Pendleton.
Yeah, playing third. Yeah,
playing third. Terry Pendleton,
great contact
guy,
high
average,
high risk,
could pop it player every now and then, and would give you 15 to 20 homers. Back in those days, you go into defense. Well, arguably
best defensive shortstop in the game, Ozzie Smith.
In the game at that time, maybe ever. Yeah. Ozzie Smith. You can go comparably switch hitting, great defense. Taylor Walls.
He's not Ozzie Smith. We're not saying
he's not Ozzie Smith, but
Ozzie was the best defensive shortstop, and Taylor Walls is the best defensive shortstop.
Yeah, I'd say it's him and Bobby Witt. Yeah. You go into second base again. It's a platoon situation for us, right? Where you're using Palacios, you're using Williamson, he's really impressed. Yeah, Tommy Herr. Tommy Herr was a nice 280 hitter. Wasn't a superstar, but Tommy Herr was solid.
Chandler Simpson's our Vince Coleman.
Yeah. Willie McGee is, the right fielder, again, a switch hitter who won an MVP one year, mainly because of his wrist, scoring runs, driving in runs, not hitting a lot of home runs. Yeah, and so another, they were loaded with switch hitters, by the way. But a switch hitter, so the platoon situation, Fraley and DeLuca is there. You go into center field. Andy Van Slyke was young and just kind of coming up on his own, had a big swing. Yeah. I think he honed it in better when he became a teammate of mine later on in the late 80s with the Pirates. But Andy Van Slyke was a great defensive center fielder. I think Mullins is in that category defensively, but struggling offensively. But when you look at that, no doubt. But you look at even on their bench, you had guys like Tito Landrum. The others on that team were really important. Tito Landrum, Lonnie Smith, who went on later on to go and, star with the Braves. But Lonnie Smith, Ivan DeJesus, plays kind of that Palacios kind of role. Tom Lawless, was in about 47 games.
Who are the pitchers?
The pitchers are the key. That's where I think, you can comparably go. John Tudor was their ace. It was ace 1, ace 2. You had John Tudor, who went 21-8. You had Joaquin Andujar, who went 21-12. Danny Cox went 18-9. Danny Cox, I faced him a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you ever take him deep?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I took Danny Cox deep.
Did you?
You were waiting for that one, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were waiting for that one.
Yeah, you took Cox deep.
Yeah.
At every level, I think, too, right?
A-ball, AA, AAA, major leagues. Yeah, I took Cox deep. Yeah.
Great relationship you guys had going there.
I think you were there at one of the games when I took Cox deep. I think you were right there front and center.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
You watched the whole thing.
I did.
The whole home run.
Much my
Bob Forsch, another veteran. So the Bob Forsch comes into play.
Yeah.
You know why he comes into play? Because he's kind of like the Nick Martinez. He was 35 years old.
Was Roboski their closer?
Roboski was done by then.
He was done by then?
Yeah.
Great Al Roboski. Remember him?
Great Al Roboski. No, they're closers. I'm trying to look who
I forget.
Most of their. Jeff Lottie was one of their big closers.
So it's a very similar team.
Very
goes
similar
back to
team where
defense,
not
hitting, not a ton of boppers, but they're just constantly on base, scoring runs,
creative, aggressive, pushing you, very athletic. The 85 Cardinals, and oh, by the way, they didn't win. They won in 82.
That was Whitey's team, right?
That was Whitey's team. Yeah. In fact,
Whitey reminds me a lot of Kevin Cash.
I don't think so. Do not think so whatsoever. But that 85 team ended up losing in a dramatic 7-game series to the Kansas City Royals back in the day. George Brett led Royals. Yeah. But the funny thing about Whitey, and I don't think it would fly in this day and age right now. When they won in 82, how they used to call it, bash ball, right. The Harvey's wall bangers.
Brewers,
The nickname for the 82 Cardinals was Whitey Ball.
Which it wasn't, as I've heard him mention.
Actually, they did have a lot of black guys on that team.
They did.
They had a lot of black guys on that team. So
really good,
but it was Whitey Ball.
Wasn't quite Whitey Ball.
They did have Danny Cox.
You took him deep.
You
took Cox deep.
You're such a dick.
Yes, you did multiple times. Hey, Alex Nunn says, Big O, I met Aranda yesterday and a few Rays players up there in Cleveland. Alex,
dude, the fact that Alex Nunn is over there and he's going to every game, man, I'm applauding my boy Alex Nunn. I guess he's over there on business, or maybe
he was near the to-do with the little girl getting the ball taken from her.
No way.
The great Ryan Bass came over there and got her a signed ball.
By
it's
the
gone
way,
viral. It's gone viral.
When I realized, because I watched it again this morning, I thought it might come up on the show. I was like, let me watch it again. And it wasn't just one. He gave 2 balls.
Yeah.
He saw that there was a little brother.
Yeah.
And applaud Ryan. Well done, Ryan Bass. But
and the asshole that did it, evidently he must have been getting absolutely roasted on his phone, because then he went back and tried to make amends and give the ball back to the little girl. Too late, bro.
And the little brother went over and said, "Can I have?"
And he said no.
And he said no.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
being such a jackass.
I think he's one of the Duck Dynasty's sons. I think it is.
Is he?
Yeah, I think. No, I'm just kidding. Because look at you. You look. Then they look
they wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have done that. You liar.
No.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
It's blasphemy.
You're a fraud. And a liar.
Fraudulent comics. I'm just joking, America.
But all's well that ends well, and that was great.
Yeah.
But my feeling is we should immediately take that guy. He should come up and have to stand. You want a ball? Okay, we'll get Brian Baker to come out on the mound.
Yeah.
Put him in between innings. He gets to stand in the box there.
Yeah.
And take a couple 98ers in the ribs, and he gets to keep all the balls that
as many
he
as
plants in his ribs.
Yeah.
Many as he can. You want a ball, pal?
You want a dozen of them to take back home?
We can make that happen.
Yes.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Come on down. Get in the batter's box.
Put it this way. People don't realize this, but if they
buzz
put
one under his chin,
if they put you 60 feet 6 inches for home plate with a glove, the average male or female
ain't catching it.
You're not catching it. People will be like, "No, dude, I played in high school. You're not catching it."
No, nope.
You have no idea. In fact, just a couple years ago, I was actually the kid from my team, the Sable Lions, that's having trouble. He's on the IL now with the Houston Astros, and so I'm the special advisor to the president and the owner of the Sable Lions, and I'm mentoring and doing all sorts of things from their AAA team to their major league team. And I happened to be, and he was going to throw a bullpen session, and it had been a few years since I stood up on top of the plate in the bullpen, and I said, "Tetsuya, I'm just going to stand there. I got a bat." And I stood there and I wanted to watch him throw. Bro, I forgot, dude,
how hard it is.
I forgot how it comes in.
Yeah,
because you just over the years you lose the quick twitch decision making.
Did he brush your back?
No, he was just throwing his bullpen session.
Did he do a Dougie Wechter like he did me in the celebrity game and plunked me?
Yeah, but that was on purpose. That was not an accident. No, Tetsuya respected, one of only 4 Hall of Famers for the Seibu Lions in the history of the Seibu Lions. He was not about to plunk Destrade son. But he would have been like, "Oh, Destrade san, go inside.
Yeah.
But no. So I'm telling you guys, that's a great idea. You want to be such a dick and take a ball from a little kid.
You get the guilt. We'll get a whole dozen.
Home plate, and we'll
give you a whole dozen.
We're gonna have Sugar Shane throw a dozen balls at you. We'll give you a glove.
Yeah.
No mask.
No mask.
Let's see how many you catch.
Yeah, and how many?
Whatever you catch, you take home.
You take home.
Bro, he's going to get hit on the knee, on the ankle, on the shoulder. Might get one on the head.
You want to talk about a viral moment?
Dude, tell me how good that would be. I would love that. If you're going to be that big of a dick.
You want a baseball?
You want a baseball?
You want a baseball?
Get it home plate.
Major League?
Just stand there, and we're going to get.
We got a dozen for you.
We're going to get our boy.
And we're going to throw them right to you.
Right to you.
Right to you.
Now we're going to cut, sink.
Oh, we're going to sink?
Oh, no.
That's going to be a nut shot.
Cutter.
That's going to be a nut shot.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. No gear.
That was the splitter, Joe.
A glove.
Oh, and it was a good one. Got him right between the nutsos right there. Oh, and he's down. Down goes jerk ass.
I got him right in the coccyx.
I don't think he want any more of that.
I got him in the Danny coccyx.
Here's the pitch. Oh, that's gonna hurt off the shin.
I think
he didn't quite get the glove down on that one, Big O.
That would be so appropriate for these derelict fans that are out there that are so crazy about getting a major league foul ball or home run. Yeah, that'll take care of it. Trust me.
Yeah, yes, it will.
Hard.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will. And you just can't catch it. You think you can? But you can't.
All right, so they are still in a delay, and so that's good. We will be able to come back and talk about it tomorrow on the GAP Peterson Show.
Yes, sir.
All right, great job, Big O. Thank you, guys. Thanks to Texas Roadhouse, Wesley Chapel.
Enjoy the game, Alex.
Kingmakers, Murphy Auto Group, all that good stuff. Let's get the Big O Show theme in here so we can close this out correctly. There we go.
It's cool.
We'll see you this weekend with Giants in town. All the great promotions. Chase Rice, $29 next tickets, all that and more.
29 now or
29? I just looked it up. $29.
So it went from 49 to 29.
Oh, the beer you can drink for $29.
Hello, hot dogs, nachos, and a game.
There's some hammered people up there,
dude.
All right,
they're gonna stay tranquil and tropical.
Oh, I love that.